Hi everyone, welcome again to our new session of the Python. In this session, I will explain you about Python date and time module. So let's understand the agenda of today's session. Then we will continue in detail. So we'll discuss what is Python date and time module, how to get current date and time with Python programming, how to get current date, then date objects to represent a date, then get current date again. So it's simple, current date, and earlier one is current date and time. So get date from a timestamp is also available. We will discuss here. So if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing and pressing bell icon for more updates. Let's begin with Python date and time. Whenever we are talking about Python programming language, it's very important to consider date and time factor as well, because we have seen that in various programming language, date and time plays a very important role. Just like triggering an event is also required to date and time. If you are talking about the ATM machine, whatever transaction we are doing, that transaction should be captured, and if that application is programmed in Python programming language, then we have to recall it the date time function for printing every transaction detail. So it plays a very important role. So let's understand how we can use it in real life programming and Python module as well. So Python has a module named datetime to work with dates and times. Let's create new or small example to call current date and time. For doing this, we have to write import function. Inside the import function, we are using date and time module. Post that, you can use it date time for creating an object and equal to date time dot now. So it will print us the current date and time which is available in system or your current machine. So print the object name which we have to provide, datetime underscore obj, because this is the object name which we have created. Let's run this and see the result. If you can see, it is printed 21st of December 2020 and current time. So if you can see, the time which is available in system is 9 p.m. but here it is printed 15:36:35, which is the server time which we are using for. If we are using any application or PyCharm, it will print your system time, but here we are using the server or this online ID. Because of that, it's printing in this format, that is 15:36:35. So it's totally dependent on the server, which server you are using, and the location for the specific time. So how we can use this? So one of the classes defined here is date and time. Again, this date and time is a module in Python, which is a class. We then use now method. So this is the now method for calling current date and time. This is the method to create a date and time object containing the current date, local date and time, which is available in the online ID. And if you are using any application, so that will call your current system date and time. So let's call it only today's date or current date. So we are using same object, just change this date and time. Because we have entered date and time method, we just need to remove this. So I want just date, change this to date dot today. So it will print. Make sure your spelling should be right, otherwise it will throw an error. So now we are getting only date. So we have to just frame it or change the method or the calling of program. So by this way, we can call it today's method defines the date class to get date object containing the current local date which is available online. So this is the insight of date and time. We can use directory function to get a list containing all attributes of a module. So let's call the directory. I'm just removing this one. So print. I just want to call the complete directory where this date and time repository is available. So it will show us the complete directory detail of date and time. Now you can see max year, minimum year, build tense, cache, doc file. These all directory will be available in date and time. So date class, date time class, and time delta class. So date time dot date class, we can instantiate date object from the date class. A date objects represent a date, year, month, and day. So let's call date object to represent a date. So import date and time we have already used here. So let me call for the specific date which we have provided. Equal to date and time dot date, and here we are going to provide 2020 4/19. So let's see what it will print. So here it's P because we have declared the object name as a P. Now you can see it is printed in the format of 1904-2020, which is we have provided. So it is printing. We have entered the data here and it's printing YYY, MMM and DD format. So if you are wondering, date in the above example is a constructor of the date class. The constructor takes three arguments, year, month and day, which I explained, YYY, MM, DD. Now we can also print in the other format as well. Whatever you want to show off, you can change the data. So we have to import date and the same which we want to print it. So let's module name is not available because of that it's not showing this detail, but whenever we are calling, so here we have to change from and then run the program. Now you can see this file name is not available, so you have to call it from the your tool application which is available in your system from any specific data. So we have to provide the main file from where it is calling. So by this way we can get it current date and time we have called as of now. So let's understand get date from the timestamp. So if we have provided any specific timestamp and we want to calculate the actual date, so let's see how we'll do that. So we can use a create date object from a timestamp. So a Unix timestamp is the number of seconds between a particular date, and it will convert a timestamp to date using from timestamp method. So let's see how it will work. From date time, then import date. Now timestamp equal to date dot from time timestamp and the value. So value we are giving here 14256 and 553. Let's run this and see the result. Print timestamp. Now you can see it's printing 09/07/1974. So by this way we can convert the timestamp value into date or the value in the UTC format. So this will definitely work in the Unix environment, and whenever you want to call it from the conversion of timestamp into some date format, then we can use it. So by this way we have covered how we can use the date and time module in Python programming, and we have seen 4 or 5 programs in this season. So hope you liked it. If you really enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and pressing bell icon for more updates. Thank you for watching.